Hey, this is Tim from Healthy Homemade Habits. Today we're going to be cleaning and seasoning a cast iron skillet. So I've got my pan here. You can see that it's been well used, made some broccoli in it, and now it's time for a cleaning. We like to use a regular sponge, beep beep, and regular soap. So people are probably going to tell me that you're not supposed to use soap when you're cleaning your cast iron skillet, but that comes from a time when soaps were lye heavy and very harsh, and they would strip seasoning and sometimes damage the iron itself. Today's soaps are much milder. They won't ruin a well-seasoned pan because the oil layer bonds pretty tightly to the metal like a plastic coating. So right here I'm just scrubbing and getting all of the bits up, making sure that every single piece of cooked food is gone before we get into the seasoning process, because I don't want to burn anything on there. One easy way to tell if you have scraped it up sufficiently is to swirl water around the pan, and if it seems to be catching on anything, you know, to give that little area a scrub. And then if it's not, we're going to just dry it with a paper towel. You want to make sure to use the lint-free paper towels because you don't want a bunch of lint in your pan. And that seems pretty straightforward and obvious, but a lot of people might not know that. So making sure that it's as dry as possible. It doesn't necessarily need to be bone dry, but we want it to be as dry as we can get it before we put our oil in. So you see I started with the inside and then worked my way out. I think that's probably like the cleanest way to do it, but we're going to be heating this so it doesn't really matter. We like to use organic virgin coconut oil for our seasoning because we use our cast irons pretty much every day and we're not really worried about it going rancid. And we also like the kind of smooth nonstick finish from the hard protective layer that we get after polymerizing. We use about a teaspoon for a pan this size. Sometimes I use a little bit more. Maybe I'm using a little too much. I don't know. We take some time to let the oil kind of melt in the pan, but you can also just kind of swirl it around, and the goal here is to just make sure it's evenly distributed across the entire interior surfaces of the pan itself. Paying special attention to the bottom and to the sides to make sure that it's evenly coated before we turn the heat on. So this is going to create what's called a polymerized layer, and that is what gives your cast irons that nice natural non-stick feel. I'm going to turn the stove on to a kind of just north of medium heat because we don't have all day to let this thing heat up. And really all we need to do is let it start smoking. So this takes a few minutes and we're going to just let it do its thing. Once this thing is nice and hot, we can just kind of keep an eye on it. So while we're waiting for this thing to warm up, we can talk a little bit more about the oil we use. I know a lot of people like to use tallow. I'm sure that's great. They use bacon fat. I'm sure that's great as well. Kind of classic. We like the coconut oil because it's easy to get and, quite frankly, fairly cost effective. I also find that it smokes relatively quickly. Again, time efficiency is important to us. And when it starts smoking, we just put our handle on it to let everyone in the house know that the pan is hot and not to touch it. And that's pretty much it. Once we're done, we have a nice sheen. This is that non-stick coating that's going to give you slidey eggs and nice Maillard reactions, perfectly pan-seared steaks, everything that you want from a cast iron skillet. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more healthy homemade habits. We've got a lot more stuff coming your way. We've got a lot planned, a lot in the works, and we're even going to be announcing a special surprise in a video in the near future.